Greene Miller. This show airs literally on every social media platform known to mankind in a live setting and then is archived on all social platforms for your review, your enjoyment, your watch at your leisure. I'm going to tell a story about a company from a founder's perspective to the perspective of, or through the perspective of customers who have just been financially, some of them, destroyed by this business. I have over 120 Sigora solar, Sigora home customers who have now contacted me, including one who has an active lawsuit against the company. I first started talking about this business, Sigora Solar and Sigora Home, on Thursday of last week. And I first started talking about this business because they breached a lease on Westfield in Charlottesville on Route 29. Amir and his family are owed over six figures. They personally owe Real Talk and the I Love CVille Network $7,000. And as I started digging into Sigora Solar and Sigora Home, and as I started digging into the founder story, and his name is Andy Bindea, I started truly understanding the damage and destruction and despair and depression that Sigora has caused everyday average families. It's the type of collateral damage I have never seen in my 21 years in media, 21 years that have included multiple Virginia Press Awards for investigative reporting, syndicated talk shows with ESPN, 2 television shows that bear my name with NBC 29, multiple front page stories for newspapers in New Jersey, Miami, Nashville, Pennsylvania, and the Daily Progress. What I'm going to do today is something that I was trained to do by people like Jerry Hootie Ratcliffe, the sports editor of the Daily Progress, Lou Hatter, the one-time managing editor of the Daily Progress, who's now the spokesman for VDOT, McGregor McCants, who now works in communications for the University of Virginia. He was the managing editor as well while I worked for the Daily Progress, a guy who came from the Roanoke Times and the business section of the Roanoke Times. I was trained to do this by Josh Barney, city editor of the Daily Progress, Jenny Rector, an editor with the Daily Progress, Bob Gibson, politics reporter at the Daily Progress. I'm going to tell you a story that I find absolutely despicable. And the levels of connection, the spider web of people here in Charlottesville, including, unfortunately, the Charlottesville Business Innovation Council, the executive director, Tracey, Greene, is extremely concerning. First, let's start with new news that I uncovered through conversation with stakeholders about the founder of the company, Andy Bindea, an immigrant from Romania. Andy Bindea undoubtedly linked to the death of 5 people in the choppy waters off the coast of Haiti and the disappearance of 2 others. a boat capsized in Haiti. Sigora Solar and Sigora Home opened up Sigora Haiti initially as a philanthropic venture. That philanthropic venture turned into a nightmare of terrifying and cinematic proportions. Not only is the founder a Romanian immigrant linked to the death of 5 people and the missing of 2 others on that boat, but then the founder looked to file, or did file, an insurance claim seeking financial recovery for the lost damages. I will explain to you how at one time Sigora had an exclusive relationship with a company you can find online called joinmosaic.com. So when average Joes and average Sallys in middle America were given the opportunity to finance their solar infrastructure on their homes where they raise their kids and their children and hope to make dreams and watch their children grow into young men and young adults, they were given a financing vehicle that they did not know at the time had strings attached to the tune of millions of dollars. JoinMosaic.com invested into Sigora at the time where the company was hemorrhaging money and needed millions of dollars to basically stay afloat. You kick the company, Sigora, a couple of $1 million, and just like that, JoinMosaic.com becomes the exclusive financing arm of Sigora and the sales reps that are presenting the financing option to average Joes and average Sallys in middle America everywhere. We'll talk about the Charlottesville Business Innovation Council. Last month, the Charlottesville Business Innovation Council, you can find them online at cvilleinnovation.org, awarded Sigora Solar and Sigora Home the Social Good Award. You cannot make this stuff up. Literally awarded this company, the Sigora Solar Company, the Social Good Award. If Tracey, Greene, the board of directors at CBIC had just done some basic Google research, they would have found a significant amount of red flags when it comes to Sigora. A significant amount. Perhaps that research was not done. The folks that are on the board of directors of this company are the heaviest of heavy hitters in Charlottesville and Central Virginia's business ecosystem. You can find who they are by going to cvilleinnovation.org, hovering over the About tab on the menu bar, and scrolling down to board of directors. I've had multiple conversations with Michael Ball, the CEO currently of Sigora Home and Sigora Solar. He's a realtor with eXp Realty, Michael Ball, and he's been tapped by Sigora, its founder and perhaps an investor, to try to reshape, recover, and reimagine a company that right now is on the side of the road like roadkill, being left to die. In each of these conversations I've had with Michael Ball, the CEO, active, I've dotted my I's and crossed the T's. I've used my journalistic training with note-taking and then some, Michael, to make sure everything he said to me was on the record. Sigora, this past Friday, so a week ago today, in the evening, they issued a statement about my program, the I Love CVille Show, trying to manage PR and branding, which no one does better in this market than I do. You can find that statement on Sigora's Instagram account. and I read the statement and I ask Michael Ball, the current CEO, why would you issue this statement, Michael Ball, CEO of Sigora Solar, when I have proof otherwise of what you're saying in this statement? And Michael Ball, legitimately on the record to me, says, I didn't have anything to do with this. Tracey Greene issued the statement. Literally. Tracey Greene is the executive director of the Charlottesville Business Innovation Council. I've sent her many direct messages to try to give her a heads up of what was happening. She did not respond to a single one of them. The executive director of the Charlottesville Business Innovation Council issued a PR statement for Sigora Home. I then reach out to attorney Justin Ritter of the board of directors of CBIC and asked him, why is the executive director of the Charlottesville Business Innovation Council, you're a member of the board of directors of this organization, why is your executive director issuing a statement on behalf of Sigora Home, who last month CBIC awarded the Social Good Award despite hundreds of red flags to be found online, including a red flag that I'm about to relay to you, that is 5 people dead and 2 other missing off the coast of Haiti on a boat tied directly to Sigora Home's founder. And let me know if you have that video ready to go. Give me a thumbs up. You do? You're an amazing human being, Judah. Jack of all trades. Master of many. Master of many. So I say, why would CBIC honor Sigora Home with the Social Good Award when they owe millions to creditors everywhere, including hundreds of thousands of dollars to creditors in CVille, over $100,000 to Amir and his family at Westfield off Route 29? Sigora Home abandoned their lease. They literally broke their lease in the middle of it. There's footage that yours truly has of Sigora moving things out of the building before the landlord could change the locks to secure the building, with the hope of potentially auctioning off whatever was left inside the building for pennies on the dollar to recoup the 6 figures plus that is owed to the family, a local family, because of a broken lease. I say to the board of directors of CBIC, why would you guys honor this company with the Social Good Award when they owe so much money to creditors everywhere, including $7,000 to my network? Why would CBIC honor Sigora Home with the Social Good Award when they are ghosting their customers, not returning their phone calls, not honoring warranties, and not performing system maintenance and repairs? Why would the Charlottesville Business Innovation Council honor Sigora Home with the Social Good Award when Sigora is a month plus behind on payroll? Why would CBIC honor Sigora Solar and Sigora Home with the Social Good Award when the founder of the business is directly linked in a court proceeding that I'm going to relay to you? A court proceeding that outlines the death of a boat capsizing on the coast of Haiti, the death of 5 people, and the missing of 2 others. All CBIC had to do was a basic Google search. A lot of these red flags would have turned up. Why is the executive director of the organization managing PR responsibilities for a company that is named an award recipient last month? And why is one of the members of the board of directors texting me as the legal representative of Sigora? Board of directors of CBIC. So I encourage you to sit back and watch as I outline the despair, destruction, depression, and disheartening business tactics of a company like I've never seen before. All right, so I'm going to take a link and I'm going to share it in the comment section of my personal Facebook page. I'm sharing it now. Comment section of Jerry Miller's personal Facebook page. I'm going to share it in the comment section of the I Love CVille Facebook page. I'm going to share it in the comment section of the I Love CVille group Facebook page. I'm going to take this link and I'm going to share it on Twitter. If you go to Twitter, Jerry Miller Now, and you look right under this show, you'll see a tweet thread that includes a link. I put it on Twitter right under this show. I'm going to take this link and I'm going to share it on my personal LinkedIn. Go to the comment section of my personal LinkedIn, please. It's now in the comment section of my personal LinkedIn. I'm going to take this link and put it on Spotify, iTunes, Apple Podcasts. I'm going to put it on YouTube. I'm going to put it on Snapchat, TikTok, and Instagram. I'm putting it now in the comment section of YouTube. It is now in the comment section of YouTube. And I'll put it in our I Love CVille e-newsletter and on ilovecville.com. Check the link out. Everyone go to one of these pages. I'll give you a moment or two. Tell me when you're there. Look at the link. Queue up this show. Have the show ready to rock and roll. I'll read from the link here in a matter of moments as you have an opportunity to open it. Scroll to the bottom of the link, almost to the bottom down. You're looking for a green section on the bottom of this link. I'm doing it literally with you. Bottom of the link that I just shared. In the green section, you're looking for Atlantic Specialty Insurance versus Bindea. Look for Bindea, the last name, Bob, R-O-U-S-E, offshore supply vessel. Scroll to the bottom of the link. Giving everyone a chance to go there so you can read this with me. All right. Oh, and now I'm being told that the new Sigora CEO is bamboozled the newspaper with a story in the Daily Progress. Wow, the Daily Progress, I wonder if they're going to have any of the reporting that I'm going to talk about here. They reference my podcast in the article. Daily Progress, you may have gotten bamboozled here by Sigora. All right, let's read from the link. Jude, are you ready? Here we go. I'll read the green section first. After holding that the insured's breach of the navigational warranty and its hull policy voided insurance coverage for loss of the insured vessel while performing humanitarian work near Haiti, the magistrate judge rejected the vessel owner's claim against its insurance broker because it was barred by the economic loss rule Atlantic Specialty Insurance Company versus Andy Bindea. In November of 2020, a boat capsized off the coast of Haiti. Please play that video footage of the boat capsizing off the coast of Haiti. Please let the viewers and listeners know when that's on screen. It is on screen now. Make sure that does not have any volume, please. You are seeing the boat that was capsized off the coast of Haiti. I'm going to continue to read from this link in the opinion from a judge that I think you will know. Andy Bindea sought to insure the offshore supply vessel Bob Rouse with a 7-person crew to perform humanitarian work in Haiti. The application submitted to Atlantic Specialty by Andy Bindea and his agent requested coverage for the vessel and a 3-person crew to deliver construction supplies in and around Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Is the video still playing? Show the map of Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and how far it is from Haiti, please. Put that map on screen. I'm going to continue reading from the link now. So, the application submitted to Atlantic Specialty by Andy Bindea, the founder of Sigora Solar, requested coverage for this vessel and a three-person crew to deliver construction supplies in and around Fort Lauderdale, Florida. The insurance policy was issued with a navigational area within the east coast of Florida and with a crew coverage not to exceed 3 crew members at one time. If you want to come back to me after putting that map. While transporting cement from one part of Haiti, is it Port-au-Prince, Haiti? Port-au-Prince? Thank you. To Mole St. Nicholas, Haiti. In the Caribbean Sea, the vessel hit rough water and capsized, resulting in the death of 5 of the crew and the other 2 being missing and presumed dead. Atlantic Specialty brought this declaratory judgment action in federal court in Virginia, seeking a declaration that the policy was void, or alternatively, that there was no coverage under the policy. Based on a previous case, Wilburn Boat, Magistrate Judge Hoppe, is H-O-P-P-E, is it Hoppe? Judge Hoppe? By the way, this is the ex-husband of the female who was recently in the news that traveled to Northern Virginia for some sketchy child sex activity. This is the ex-husband of that lady who traveled to Northern Virginia. I'll continue reading from the link. You guys, I shared the link so you could read it too. This is crazy effing shit. The vessel hit rough water and capsized, resulting in the death of 5 of the crew and the other 2 being missing and presumed dead. Atlantic Specialty brought this declaratory judgment action in federal court in Virginia, seeking a declaration that the policy was void or alternatively that there was no coverage under the policy. Based on Wilburn Boat, Magistrate Judge Hoppe held that Virginia law governed the policy's validity and scope as it was issued in Virginia, which was Bindea's domicile. On the merits, Atlantic Specialty argued that there was no insurance contract as there was no meeting of the minds as to the essential terms of the agreement. Andy Bindea's response did not address this point, and Magistrate Judge Hoppe considered that Bindea had conceded the argument under Virginia law. The policy provides the terms for the contract between the parties, and Magistrate Judge Hoppe concluded that the policy clearly excluded coverage for the incident. Area around Florida and within the east coast of Florida was not ambiguous in the policy. As there were no material disputed facts and as the policy did not afford coverage for the loss, Judge Hopp granted judgment on the pleadings to Atlantic Specialty that it was not obligated to cover the loss. Bindea brought a third-party action against its broker, John Muir, an ASAP Insurance Agency, and the wholesale broker USG Insurance Services. USG moved to dismiss the third-party complaint, and Magistrate Judge Hopp found that there was supplemental jurisdiction over the claims as they were sufficiently related to the policy issued by Atlantic Specialty. In order to determine the applicable law for the third-party action, he looked to the choice of law rules for the forum state Virginia, which required that he decide whether the claim sounded in contract or tort. He concluded that Virginia law characterizes the claims against USG as contract claims because the duties allegedly breached arose out of the agreement to procure marine insurance on Bindea's behalf. As Virginia law provides that a contract is made when the last act to complete it is performed, and as USG assisted in the procurement of the marine insurance policy that was delivered in Virginia, Magistrate Judge Hopp applied Virginia law. USG argued that the claim was barred by Virginia's economic loss rule, and Magistrate Judge Hopp noted that Bindea's request that USG compensate him for a loss that would have been covered by Atlantic Specialty policy if USG had procured the coverages that Bindea wanted for his vessel were purely a claim for disappointed economic expectations. He therefore held that Bindea's claim against USG was barred by the economic loss rule and dismissed the third party against USG. All this is documented on the internet. Anyone who did any kind of basic research like yours truly would have found this. So we have a founder of a company, a Romanian immigrant, who came. His story is well documented by Inc. magazine. Andy Bindea's founder story is well documented on the Sigora website. Andy Bindea came to America from Romania. He founded in Sigora Solar in 2011 with little more than a used Honda Civic, a 40-foot ladder in Waynesboro, Virginia. It's on the website. So Sigora champions the founder story, like a lot of businesses do. Of course you're going to champion the founder story because it localizes and personalizes and humanizes a business and its growth trajectory. Romanian immigrant. As Inc. magazine highlights, Andy Bindea saw firsthand the impact of improper development. He grew up in Romania, a town that was the site of one of Europe's biggest eco-disasters. In 2000, when Andy was in high school, a gold mining company's massive spill, cyanide spill, polluted the rivers and killed thousands of fish. After that, Andy Bindea began volunteering with Greenpeace in Romania. According to Inc. magazine, he worked and consulted with Greenpeace for 6 years, but eventually he wanted to stop protesting what was wrong and start building the right things. According to Inc. magazine, Andy Bindea comes to the United States in 2006 and starts Sigora Solar with $4,000, the money left from a community college scholarship from the National Science Foundation, and as we see on the website of Sigora Home, a beat-up, used Honda Civic, a 40-foot ladder, and a little bit of sweat equity and hustle in the thriving metropolis of Waynesboro, Virginia. Sigora, from its start in 2011, experienced an incredible growth trajectory. The solar industry in totality started getting incredible momentum because of tax credit opportunities and because when it's all said and done, you and I and our families want to rid ourselves of a monopolistic entity called Dominion here in the Commonwealth. Dominion's got us by the short and curlies, by the balls. Monopoly. So let's consider solar. Let's be the owners of the power of our house. Let's not only own the power of our house, but let's do it in a way where we can cut ties with a monopoly, and let's do it in a way where it's good for the environment. On top of that, we get tax credits to boot from the federal government. This is win for the environment, win for us as homeowners that are just trying to scrape by and pay our bills, win in that we distance ourselves from a monopoly called Dominion, win and eventually the panels will be paid off and we won't have any financing to pay every single month, win in that we are in control of our destiny and our fate. And who, when it's all said and done, doesn't want control of their destiny and their fate? So solar booms. Sigora goes from a couple $1 million company to a 10 million plus company to legitimately in the peak of solar flirting with $100 million in revenue yearly. Trade publications that cover solar recognize Sigora Solar and Sigora Home as one of the 10 or 12 best from a production and performance standpoint. There's publications online where you can see the ranking where Sigora is being honored and recognized as some of the best in the nation. Then, unfortunately, Sigora got a bit over its skis. The growth trajectory was too fast. Managing the installation projects, warranties, and repairs was becoming difficult because talented salespeople were closing deals at clips and rates and frequencies that were quicker and faster than maintenance could be done on broken equipment. Sigora compounded the matter by trying to create its own software infrastructure. A CRM that includes client details, project details, details about financing, numbers, money, all the data and the analytics that you basically need to run a company that's flirting with $100 million in yearly revenue. As Sigora rolls out this new software, this new data analytics infrastructure, it realizes we have no business being in the data and software creation. What the hell did we just do? This is a nightmare. We got a clustered duck, quack, quack, quack on our hands. Furthermore, the coffers, the bank account, started drying up. And when the coffers and the bank account start drying up, you got to put a plan in place and you got to do it real quick. If not, when you run out of money and you're a business, well, I'll let you connect the dots. So Sigora looks for investors. They look for capital. They're on the proverbial operating room table and they're looking for the doctor to get the panels and resuscitate. Get that heartbeat going again. Breathe them back to life. A partnership was created with the financing company, which you can find online, joinmosaic.com. That company pumped millions into the business. For the exclusive right to be the third-party financing option presented to customers moving forward. Now, Michael Ball, the current CEO of Sigora, we've talked, we've texted, we've talked, we've texted, and in a text message from Wednesday, Michael Ball, hey Mike, I'm reading it right here. We don't have an exclusive relationship with a third-party financing company, so whatever you have in your hands is now outdated. Utilizing a financing company as a capital infusion for the exclusive rights of your salespeople, presenting said financing company to average Joes and average Sallys, that is not illegal, but it's in the gray area of sketchy. And when you include that gray area of sketchy with a founder who got insurance, can we show the video again? And then can we put the map on screen again? And let's put Andy's photo on screen, please. When the founder is looking to open a humanitarian philanthropic endeavor in Haiti, I applaud you for doing humanitarian philanthropic work. Props to you. Got nothing wrong with that. I'm a conscious capitalist myself, a social entrepreneur. I run a business in the black, and I do it in a way where I leave my footprint in a better place than when I first arrived. Conscious capitalism, social entrepreneurship. Andy started with that mission. But he got a boat, and he insured it for some travel on the open, choppy seas around Florida. And he got a boat and he insured it for some travel around Florida with a crew that was supposed to be much smaller. A 7-person crew on the coast of Haiti capsized. And 5 people have been found dead, and 2 are still missing. They're presumed also dead. That's 7. The insurance policy was for a 3-person crew to deliver construction supplies in and around Fort Lauderdale, Florida. It was not for a 7-person crew to deliver construction supplies around the coasts of Haiti. So here you got a third-party financing company and an exclusive right with that third-party financing company of salespeople presenting this is the only financing option. Okay, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. Today you got over 120 families that have contacted me saying that Sigora is ghosting them. Earlier this week, on this very talk show, we called Sigora 3 times, live on air. We called their customer support number 3 times over a 90-minute period of time. And Sigora Solar, their customer support department, they didn't answer. Did they answer, Judah? They didn't answer. You got over 120 families that have contacted me, including one from Richmond that's got an active lawsuit that's documenting the trail. You got a landlord on Westfield Road on Route 29 that has openly said they're over 6 figures behind on rent to us, and they're abandoning their lease, and they're weaseling out stuff out of the building before we could change the locks, and we got the footage. You got payroll that's significantly behind, to the point where their employees are contacting me. You got vendors, subcontractors like yours truly, and like the show Real Talk, that is owed 7 G's roughly. You got another vendor, and I'm going to cue up the email, literally right now. Sigora, I have so much, dude. You got another vendor that sends me an email in the middle of the week. And this vendor in the middle of the week says, "Hi, Jer. I wanted to say thank you for your coverage of Sigora Solar. I am an IT contractor who worked for them for 6 months last year, and I'm still owed over $20,000. I stopped working with them back in December. I'm not sure how realistic it is to recover this money, but I do at least feel better knowing that they are being publicly called out for everything that they have done. If you do know of a business or businesses that are owed money from Sigora and are willing to take legal action against them, I would appreciate being connected with them. I have filed a claim against them and do have a court date in Charlottesville on July 11th. That's 4 days from now. But as an independent contractor, I do feel over my head with this experience. And I've never needed to take legal action against a client before." Guys, I mean, it's like one thing after another. Abandoning a lease in Richmond, moving your headquarters to a warehouse in Stanton, issuing a statement after my talk shows on Thursday and Friday, contradicting my integrity and my character, despite everyone in this community knowing what I stand for and what I'm about. Michael Ball, the CEO of Sigora, this past weekend throwing Tracey Greene under the bus. I have him on the record saying I had nothing to do with that statement. That was Tracey Greene. Tracey Greene's the executive director of Charlottesville Business Innovation Council. Last month, Charlottesville Business Innovation Council awarded Sigora Home what was the award, Judah? It was the, the Social Good Award. The Social Good Award. You got a member of the board of directors of CBIC that is a lawyer representing them interacting with me via text message. What the actual duck? Quack, quack, quack. Put the photos on screen of Andy and of Tracey. Put the map and the capsizing video on screen. This is as sketchy as I've ever seen. I got a family that has reached out to me that literally says they cannot sell their house because the solar infrastructure they have on their roof has not worked in months. And they have tried to contact Sigora and they are ghosting them, not returning their calls. And right now, this family, this husband and wife, the husband has lost their job. And they're trying to capitalize on the equity that they've accrued, massive amounts of equity that they have earned over COVID. Like so many of us, the housing market is on fire. So they're sitting on stacks of paper, stacks of moolah, stacks of cash, stacks of dinero. All they want to do is capitalize on that equity. And guess what? They can't sell their house because the solar infrastructure on their roof does not work. And now they're paying a financing bill for that infrastructure that does not work and a Dominion electric bill when the husband lost their job and they need the house just to make ends meet. And by the way, they have kids. Why do I do this talk show? I do this talk show. Can you go back to me? And you can rotate the content on screen. I do this talk show to stand up for the underdog, for the little guy. I do this talk show to have the back I do this talk show to have the back of a junior varsity football player that was assaulted in a locker room in the middle of the week at Albemarle High School in a hazing incident that I would never call hazing. A hazing incident that was sexual in nature, that was then video recorded by many members of the team, and that video recorded went viral from public and private schools all over Central Virginia. When I covered that story, folks in this community said I exaggerated the story. Guess what? The people that did the hazing have now been charged by the law. I didn't exaggerate. And you know why I didn't? Because I saw the video. I saw the video. I saw the video. And I knew what I was talking in this microphone before you, the viewer and listener, was the truth. And I caught shit. And I caught flack. And I caught hate. And in the end, I reported the truth. And the law charged the perpetrators. I do this talk show to stand up for the creditors and the wait staff, the hosts and the busboys and the line cooks and the dishwashers and the barkeeps that Hunter Smith is royally screwed over. We were the first to break both those stories, the sexual assault in the JV football Almoral locker room and Hunter Smith's financial negligence. I do this story to highlight that Nakia Walker was using a city-issued credit card to pay people to speak before city council meetings on the record. I do this talk show not to make money. It's not a top 4 revenue stream for our business. But I do it because God has given me this ability of communicating, of being connected, the gift of human connection. And if I solely use that God-given gift for capitalistic purposes, I'd have a hard time sleeping at night. This is part of my conscious capitalism and my social entrepreneurial journey. This talk show takes up a lot of our time. Judah, my time. I do this talk show to stand up for the underdog. Because it's never the size of the dog that matters, but it's the size of the fight in the dog that matters. And you will find few dogs out there that have more ferocious fight than me.
Thank you for calling Sigora Home. To inquire about solar for your home, please press 1. If you are an existing customer in need of technical support, press 2.
I'm calling
This
Sigora.
call may be monitored or recorded for quality and training purposes.
Technical support. I'm calling the phone number that over 120 families have reached out to me. Can they hear?
Sigora Home Technical Support, this is Zeb.
What is your name?
Zebulon Wolf.
Zeb, thank you for taking my call. Earlier this week, you guys did not take my call. Is this technical support of Sigora Home?
Yes.
Where are you located right now, Zeb?
I'm in Nelson County, Virginia.
You're in Nelson County, Virginia. Whereabouts in Nelson County?
I'm in Shipman. I'm working remotely, though.
Your headquarters is in Stanton, right? At 3022 Lee Jackson Highway?
Yes, that's the warehouse, yes.
Okay. So, Zeb, my name's Jerry Miller. You're live on air on the I Love CVille Show?
Oh, wow.
Are you familiar with the I Love CVille Show, Zeb?
No, I'm not.
This show is the show that's been highlighting some of the business practices that Sigora has done. Have you heard from customers some of the frustration with calling, with returning phone calls and honoring warranties and maintenance repair of solar infrastructure? What happened? Zeb. What happened, Zeb?
Thank you for calling Sigora Home.
Let's try again.
To inquire about solar for your home, please press 1. If you are an existing customer in need of technical
Existing customer.
press.
Technical support.
This call may be monitored.
Remember
or recorded for quality
in the
and
middle
training
of the
purposes.
week where I highlighted that the map still showed their Westfield location on their website? That map has now been updated to include their Stanton warehouse. The address is on screen, and I would encourage many of those that are concerned with what's happening to visit the warehouse in Stanton in person.
We apologize for the delay.
I'm happy to hold.
Continue to hold, and a Sigora Home representative will be with you shortly.
Sure, happy to hold.
Your time is very important to us.
Okay.
If you are unable to wait, you may press 0 to be transferred to our general operator to request a callback.
I don't mind waiting. I like this catchy tune, Judah. I hope we get Zeb again. He's in Shipman working remotely. Come on, Zeb. Pick up, pal. I just want to have a friendly conversation. Come on, my guy.
We apologize for the delay.
Zeb?
Please continue to hold, and a Sigora Home representative will be with you shortly.
Happy to hold.
Your time is very important to us. If you are unable to wait, you may press 0 to be transferred to our general operator to request a callback.
No. I don't want to press 0. I'm not going to throw Zeb under the bus, I promise. I just want some details. Hopefully he can answer.
We apologize for the delay.
Come on, Zeb.
Please continue to hold, and a Sigora Home representative will be with you shortly.
Zeb.
Your time is very important to us. If you are unable to wait, you may press 0 to be transferred to our general operator to request a callback.
I'm still here.
Thank you for calling Sigora Solar Technical Support. Sigora technicians are currently busy assisting other customers, but your call is very important to us. Please leave a message with your name, phone number, service address, and a brief explanation of the issue you are currently experiencing. A technician will return your call as soon as possible.
Hey, Sigora. This is Jerry Miller. This is the I Love CVille Show. We're live on air. Just wanted to get an idea of how you were helping the families, the average Joes and average Sallys with kids. Many of them, I have their addresses and their names and where they're located and how they've been ghosted by you. What can you do to help them? What can we do to have you honor the warranties that you said were true and authentic? What can we do to get the infrastructure on people's roofs working again? Because in some cases, people are paying a Dominion bill plus the financing that you set up for them with a third party. It's Jerry Miller. You can reach me at jerry@ilovecville.com. My phone number is everywhere online, 434-981-2942. I guess what I'm trying to do here, Sigora, is I'm trying to stand up for the people that you have pretty much turned your back on. I am unabashed, unafraid, and I seek approval from no one. In fact, that's not true. You know who I seek approval from? My wife, God, and Judah. 434-981-2942. Now, I'm being told that there's an article that was just released in the Daily Progress about this, Judah. It was released, oh my goodness gracious, Judah, within the time frame of this talk show, Judah. The headline of the article that's on the Daily Progress, I'm reading it now, new Sigora CEO wants to save solar company's battered image. This article from the Daily Progress reads, local solar developer Sigora Home is trying to quash rumors that it will soon be going out of business. The company, formerly known as Sigora Solar, posted a statement to its website on June 30 claiming that reports of its demise were simply not true. Michael Ball, CEO since June, told the Daily Progress that the company is not going bankrupt. Questions about the developer's future began swirling in earnest when a local podcast speculated about Sigora's financials, and other local residents noted that the group's Charlottesville office had been vacated. Ball said the company has consolidated into a warehouse office in Stanton. A statement on Sigora's website says it's undergoing a restructuring process that will streamline our operations and further enhance our capabilities. Michael Ball is Sigora's third CEO in a single year. He replaced Andy Bindea, the company's founder, last month, and Bindea replaced Logan Landry in November of last year. Nathan King also was a head honcho. That's me talking for this company. He was in-house legal counsel that got promoted to the top dog spot for a short period of time. I've interacted with Nathan as well. You know I have, Nath. Neither Bindea nor Landry returned requests for comments from the Daily Progress. Surprise, surprise. Since taking over the role, Ball said Sigora has laid off employees, secured some additional financing, and is seeking to rebuild its sales force. The main focus, however, is delivering for its customers. The ultimate mission, Michael Ball said, is about regaining the customer excellence. Sigora appears to have much work to do in that regard. Customers and former employees alike have told the Daily Progress that the company has a recent track record of prioritizing sales, ignoring clients once they signed a contract. Who has been saying that for a week, Judah? Pull that mic over. Who's been saying that for a week, Judah? Say it loud for Sally in the back. Say it loud for Larry in the back, Judah Wickower. Who's been saying that? What talk show?
You?
Us. Us. You and I. Together. You are one of the highest character people I've ever met in my entire life.
Thank you.
I sincerely mean that. I often find myself jealous of the qualities you possess. Even-keeled demeanor, a man who rarely gets emotional or angry, one of the best problem solvers I have ever met in my entire life. You are like a metronome, consistent. Inconsistency with emotion is something that I often lack. I think about your calm and even-keeled demeanor on a daily basis, often in retrospect, after my emotions, I have lost control of them. And I think, I wish I had Judah's skill set and makeup. If I had that gift combined with the other stuff I can do, then the sky would be an even higher limit. I would like for you to characterize some of the stuff that you have seen any way you would like to do. I am not looking for any answers. There's no right one. There's no wrong one. It's just Judah Wickower.
I mean, if I were to characterize what we've heard about this company, I would have to say, I mean, the first word that comes to mind is shady. The second word that comes to mind is just using people. Not using people, but, you know, the stories we've heard, it's disappointing, if not sad, that this company is, you know, started off. They obviously started off
with good intentions.
With good intentions, wanting to do good things. I've been to Haiti. It's a rough place. The people there do not have it easy, and I applaud anyone that goes to Haiti to do good and to help the people there. So I appreciate the fact that they started off trying to help and do good things, and it just seems like they've gotten so far off the track that I don't know how they would ever get back onto it. And to do that, there are a lot of people that they need to get right with.
The legal the legal proceedings, the documents that were easily accessible online. What'd you make of that?
I mean, it's. I feel like it goes hand in hand with the fact that they don't have insurance to work on people's roofs. It just seems like they took on too much too fast, and when things started not to be flippant, but when the seas got dicey, they made the wrong decisions.
Daily Progress says, customer and former employees alike have told the newspaper that the company has a recent track record of prioritizing sales and ignoring clients once they sign a contract. They highlight John Ray, who had Sigora solar installed on his roof in 2020. He said they're impossible to get a hold of. They were great up until the contract was signed. After that, they stopped answering. Kelly Krickenberger said she had a similar experience after Sigora installed solar panels on her home in April. Our salesperson was very knowledgeable and seemed great. We found out later he stretched the truth about the process and how much we would be saving. Krickenberger said she called the company every day for 3 weeks, but was unable to get anyone to answer the phone. At one point, her husband began to worry that they somehow been scammed. Krickenberg said it was a very sick feeling. She said the company had acquired much of their personal information.
I can definitely comprehend what that's like. Feeling like you've been scammed, wondering what someone's doing with your information, wondering if they're taking your credit card and buying stuff. It's terrible.
In 2019, Solar Power World named Sigora the most forward-thinking company. Jeremy Hall is the owner of Remnant UAV, a small business that specializes in aerial photography. Sigora hired him to take images of customers' work, customers' roofs, and required the photographer to drive for hours around North and South Carolina. But when it came time to collect payment, Jeremy Hall was left unpaid. I'm 12 invoices deep, 12 invoices unpaid. Hall said he sent the company a letter of intent to sue. He said, I don't want to sue these people. I just want them to pay me what is owed. Sigora still owes him money, $5,600. They still owe Real Talk $7,000. Keith said that on air, remember?
Yeah.
Well, how would you characterize Keith Smith?
How would I characterize Keith Smith?
As honest and high character as anyone you've ever met.
Stand-up guy. Great. He wants to and actually does help people.
I got a message for Michael Ball, CEO, Sigora Home. You're watching right now. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. And unfortunately, you wear the crown now. And while you have not been on the job but a short period of time, you wear the crown now. And you are the vest, the bulletproof vest that is getting the collateral damage fired his way. I got a message for Andy Bindea, the founder of Sigora Solar, a man who took an insurance policy on a boat that was supposed to be in the ocean around Fort Lauderdale, Florida, with 3 people on it. Instead, that boat was transporting cement and other goods off the coast of Haiti with 7 people. A boat, can you put the video on screen, that capsized and resulted in the death of 5 people and the missing of 2 others who are now presumed dead. Andy Bindea, a man who said the boat was going to be on Fort Lauderdale and Florida's coastline Instead, it went to Haiti. A man, Andy Bindea, who said it was going to be 3 people on there. Instead, it was 7. And a man who then tried to go the insurance route to recoup financial damages. That is despicable. Despicable. I also want you to consider the optics of the Charlottesville Business Innovation Council and its executive director managing the PR. I have Michael Ball saying this on record. I have one of their board of directors literally telling me this. Sigora received the Social Good Award on June 1. Tracey did not begin her PR volunteer support with Sigora until last week, or on or about June 29th. If you want to report on the CBIC Social Good Award, then please add this to your report as well. I'm adding it to my report. Board of Director highlighting that Tracey, the executive director, is doing PR work for a company that won an award for social good last month. A company that if anyone on the board of directors did any kind of basic Google research, they would have said, maybe we shouldn't call them the Social Good Award. The optics on that are a bit sketchy. Will you give me that?
Oh, yeah.
You give me that? A bit sketchy.
Give them an award for anything else.
Why would they give them an award for social good?
They started well, but
you throw in all the other elements like exclusive third-party financing deals, ghosting clients and customers, promising warranties and service calls, not answering the phone for months on end, abandoning leases on Route 29 and owing local landlords 6 figures, abandoning leases in Richmond. And you got what I think is maybe the most collateral damage from a business I have ever covered in 21 years of media. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the kind of content you get from this show. Look at what the progress reported today. If you're willing to pay the $50 to bypass the paywall, I know many of you are not. I read much of the story for you. Nothing in that article did they highlight the optics with CBIC, the deaths of sailors off the coast of Haiti, the legal courtroom proceedings found online, the ghosting of customers, and the sketchy behavior of a company that started as the vision of a Romanian immigrant with a Honda Civic, $4,000 left from a community college scholarship, and a beat-up Honda Civic. You guys ask me why I do this show. It's to stand up for the folks that have been ignored and are in absolute financial peril right now. It's to highlight cronyism and backroom dealing. I sleep well at night. Until our 8-month-old wakes up. All right. That's all she wrote today. Be careful out there. Be careful who you do business with, who you trust. Make sure you ask questions. And if you need some help, reach out to Judah and I. We're happy to do it. That's the Friday edition of the I Love CVille Show, on a program that legitimately has IP addresses from 9 different states watching it right now. Thank you kindly for joining us. For Judah Wickower, I'm Jerry Miller.